मौज पर 5 लाख रुपए जीतने का मौका और इंडियाज गॉट टैलेंट के सेट पर सेलिब्रिटी से मिलने का मौका भी। हैशटैग मौज बना हिट हो जा पर वीडियोस बनाओ और हिट हो जाओ।
Hi Edward, firstly congratulations for RRR. On what do you have to say? How was it working with Rajamouli and with Alia, Ram Charan and Junior NTR?
Yeah, thanks, Monica. It's great to be here. And yeah, I had an amazing experience, of course. So that's a big question. How was it with each one? Well, first of all, Rajamouli sir is an absolute genius. It's absolutely true. He's a perfectionist, and I actually loved that. He just, makes sure that every little thing is done just how it is in his mind. His vision just comes out onto the screen because he's in total control. So as an actor, that's really interesting. It's one side of the acting spectrum to be with a director who can just, control every little thing right down to the every eye blink and twitch and, what second of the shot you need to be where and all of that. So there's a lot of that going on when you work with Rajamouli sir. And once I learned to just surrender and, just totally give up, everything to his vision, it was an amazing experience. Absolutely. And I mean, just to be there on a set like this, a film of this scope, it's not an exaggeration to say that it was like a dream come true in a lot of ways. For me, this journey that led me to where I am now, it's been over 14 years. I've been in this industry, living in Mumbai. It all actually kind of started when I saw Lagan for the first time, the best Bollywood movies of all time. And it just blew me away completely. And it really started this fascination that led me here to do my acting in India. So now that I'm, the villain of a Rajamouli film, it's full circle. It's absolutely perfect.
Exactly. And since we know you have already passed a decade in this industry, whether in the Bollywood or be it South Indian, so what difference you have noticed and what do you have to say in the working culture or the working pattern of when you work in South and when you work for the big Bollywood film?
This is a very interesting question. After over a decade of working in mostly the Hindi industry. I've been in the South somewhat, but mostly the Hindi industry. I am quite used to a lot of chaos and mayhem and rushing around and madness and screaming and shouting and swearing and all of that happens on set. It's part of it, and it's part of the excitement and the thrill and the exhilaration. But when I work in the South, and especially this RRR experience, it is quite different. It's a whole different world. It's much quieter. It's much calmer. It's much less tense. Even though we're making the biggest, highest budget Indian film of all time, you don't get that sense by the attitudes and the vibe on set. It's very calm. It's very professional. Everybody's getting their job done without being, shouted at. And everything happens on time. Everything happens very professionally. I love working in the South. I especially love the food. I'm a big foodie, and set food, doesn't have a very good reputation in the industry, the food that they feed us on set. But when I'm in the South and in Hyderabad, it's no exception. I really get a thrill trying all the different stuff.
That's amazing. So talking about linguistic barrier, have you faced any, whether it's South or Hindi? Kitna aata hai? What do you have to say? Have you learned any language?
I mean, इतने साल के बाद तो हिंदी आने चाहिए. सीखना बनता है ना. Actually, इंडिया आने से पहले मुझे हिंदी सीखना था और काफी सीख गया था. मेरी पहली बार के आने से पहले और आजकल अभी तक भी पूरी तरह से नहीं आती है मुझे हिंदी, लेकिन काफी आती है. Actually, I've been the host of a show in Hindi on Epic Channel, Indopedia. It's about Indian culture and just traditions that sometimes Indians aren't even like aware of because it's just so ingrained part of the culture. But Telugu is another world, obviously. Tamil is another world, and I do these languages, but it takes quite a bit more effort, obviously. But I get a big kick out of out of twisting my tongue around different sounds, different inflections. So one of the interesting things about Triple R is that all of us, foreign actors, all the British characters in the film to speak English. There is none of this, which is the tendency is to have, for the benefit of the audience, most to have us speak in Hindi, which is no problem for me. Even Telugu I can do, but this was great because it gave a more realistic feel to the film. I feel that we're just speaking in English, and especially to each other. It's all very, very natural.
Exactly. And talking about Adana, since you're playing the main negative lead and you're coming up with such a big mega star there opposite you, whether it's Alia Bhatt or Junior NTR, Ram Charan, what do you have to say? What you have learned with them or how you have observed them on set? Because fans, they just need to know more about them. So what BTS or few things you have noticed which like you admire in them and what do you have to say?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to share any scenes with Alia or Ajay Sir, but I did a bit of work with Junior NTR and Ram Charan, and they were fabulous to be around, and very, very warm, and I really didn't get a sense of the magnitude of their stardom, because I'm not as familiar with the culture in the South and the stars and everything. I knew these were big stars, but just working with them, it was like working with anybody else who's a great actor and tremendous talent to work with. We just hung out. We helped each other with our scenes. We gave each other whatever we could while we're working together. And then sort of after I started working with them, I started to notice the degree of excitement that these guys generate in their fan base. It's another level. Everybody knows that South fans are extra enthusiastic compared to Bollywood fans, and I found it to really be true. I had no idea that, my God, these guys are are so excited, just to talk to me who worked with them, or just to know anything about them, and just to see the crowds that assemble and the comments and the questions that I get online and everything in interviews. It's another level. So none of that comes through when you work with them. They're just absolute gems.
Exactly. Now, when you look back to your journey, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm just can't wait to have the film be seen tomorrow. It's been a long way. This journey started over 3 years ago for me when I was first taken on board, and then all the delays before COVID. Even there were delays. A film of this size and scope and all the stars and everything, there will be. But then COVID just put a bigger wrench in the works, and we've just been struggling to get this thing done for one reason or another for so long. And now here we are. It's payoff. Looking back on all the struggles and all the wait and all the putting aside of my other projects and work for so long, it's very exciting, and it's all going to be worth it.
Exactly. And apart from this, your upcoming projects, whether it's Maharaja or Tiger 3, Tigers in the Hair, what do you have to say exactly how excited you are? And talking about Tiger, have you started the shooting with Salman? Have you met him? What do you have to say? about
Yeah,
him?
yeah, I've wrapped with them. It's a very pivotal role. I didn't need to shoot a lot of days for it. Can't really tell you anything more about it, but yeah, it's great shooting with Salman Bhai. I've shot with him before a few times, and you know, it's always exciting, you know, to have your day with the big stars. And yeah, the other film I'm really excited about with Yash Raj is Maharaja. That is Junaid Khan's launch, and it's directed by Hitchki's director Siddharth Malhotra, who I just love working with. I'm very excited to see how this turns out. It's going to be just a really important historical period film in Hindi cinema, and really glad to be part of it. I'm also very excited about Vikram Aditya Mohan's series coming out this year. Just wrapped it recently, and I've got a really different kind of role there. I play a Russian diplomat, actually, not an evil British colonial, and I get just to be something quite different, and it was a great experience, you know. And I just you'll just have to stay tuned to find out more as things develop.
Exactly. And do you feel RRR can be a turning point of your career?
Yeah, it can happen anytime. You know, I've had so many turning points and so many, you know, tremendous twists and bends in the road and stepping stones here and there. So this one definitely feels big. I can tell you that. And I've never been a part of something this big, and it was, it definitely felt like it while we were shooting. And so, yeah, I mean, sky's the limit. I really look forward to just, you know, getting more seen, obviously any actor does, and really looking forward to, you know, sinking my teeth into all kinds of different roles. You know, I've done so much of this the evil British colonial, which I love, and you know, which there's always more room for doing that. More nuanced and more subtle layered characters and all that. That's also really exciting. A lot more challenging too.
And what message you would like to give to the fans out there?
See it on you know, the biggest screen you can, because it's gonna just blow you away. You know, it's not to be missed. Can't wait for everybody to see it.
All right. Thank you so much, Edward. It was a pleasure talking to you. See you tomorrow. All the best, and
Thank
have a
you.
great day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Monica. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.